The feels at the end of this chapter when Naruto was replying to Kushina's dying last words of asking him to do the smallest little things and finally sending those words back over, giving her confirmation, I am doing those things, mother. Man, it's sad to say, but our story is coming to an end real soon. But while it's still here, let's enjoy it till the end, people. So the chapter opens up with pretty much the reunion and the uniting of all the Kage and all the tail beasts of the past. All the Kage are there in a circle, and even they're mystified and like they're like, "Holy shit, the Sage of Six Paths is right here." One of them is like, "Oh my god, I couldn't believe it." So it was kind of funny to see that even though they're spirit ghosts that are there, they're also there like, "Holy shit, the Sage of Six Paths." So I found that to be pretty freaking interesting. And then seeing all the tail beasts there as well, united for the first time in probably ages, to see them there, it was like, we've really come a long way. We really have. And I mean, it was to a time where there was just one beast and one village here and one all the way over there. And to see them all together, you see how far the story has come. Now, I don't know if you've been on the rumor mill lately, but there has been some rumors that this isn't the final battle. That there's still maybe two more battles coming up. Obviously, the one that people are anticipating the most, Naruto versus Sasuke, but there's a big theory there that Hagoromo, at the end of the last chapter, he had a sinister smile, and people are thinking, well, maybe he's the final villain. Maybe he's going to do some shady shit. Now, assuming that this theory is legit, whatever, there would have to be, first of all, some incredible reason as to why he's doing this and why he helped them out against his mother, fighting his mother and whatnot. But there was something in this chapter that caught my eye. It could be just some random plot hole. It could be that, he's a Sage of Six Paths. He knows all. Or maybe he talked to somebody while he was there. Maybe he heard it, whatever. But Kakashi is talking to him, and Kakashi says something along the lines of, "Oh, a friend helped me. I'm not really that suitable. I wasn't that much help against your mother, but," and that sounds so fucking wrong, but he tells him, "A friend helped me." And then Hagoromo's talking, and he's like, "Yes, Naruto and Obito also did some help." And I was thinking to myself, when the fuck did he mention Obito? It wasn't until after that Kakashi was kind of like, "Yeah, Obito helped me and whatnot." So it's like, is it that he's the almighty Sage of Six Paths that knows all, he's seeing all, he knows the names of everything? Or could it be something a little bit further? Maybe it's something a little bit more devious. Just food for thought. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not a far possibility that Hagoromo and his brother threw over their mother, overthrew her, and that's what made her went batshit crazy, and she was just like, "I want all chakra back into me," and Hagoromo was like, "I'm going to use these two kids, basically the reincarnations or incarnations of my two children, to take her down, and then after I send everyone away, everyone go bye-bye, I'm going to do some fucked up shit." Again, just a theory, don't take it too serious, but you never know. And I was talking to one of my friends, and one of my friends threw around a theory as well. He said, what if that's not even Hagoromo? What if that's actually his brother in disguise, Hamura, basically trying to trick everyone because he has some fucked up way of thinking? So definitely there still could be a possibility, I'm just saying. So we got like 2 to 3 more pages of Obito in this chapter, and I was like, well, maybe this is the final time we'll see him or whatever. Like, maybe this is it. But strangely enough, what it was trying to do, yet again, I felt was really pushed forward, that it was just Obito's chakra that helped Kakashi do what he did, which still, we're not even going to get into that at this point anymore. But basically, he was in him this entire time while he was fighting, and once he left, that's when the chakra left. That's when Kakashi of the Sharingan and Sharingans left. So it was never really that he had Sharingan eyes. I know it's twisting and bending or whatever, but basically what it was trying to say was the entire time Obito's chakra was left in Kakashi, and once it was over, his chakra went away and he went back to Rin. So that's what it was basically trying to say. Still kind of BS, to be honest with you. Like, chakra shouldn't activate all that shit, and ultimately, but again, we won't get into that at this point. It's way too late in the game. And I mean, in the end, it kind of goes back to where, okay, Kakashi no longer has to have that reminder constantly of the Sharingan. So it kind of, him losing the Sharingan kind of solidifies the end of his agony and his pain over losing his friends and everything that involved Obito for that matter. So he leaves behind Kakashi of the Sharingan, but he also leaves behind all the pain that signified. And is it just me, or was anybody like, yo, Sasuke has done this already multiple times, and I'm loving this shit. Like, that's one of the things I like about Sasuke right now, and like throughout this arc, I've been like, Sasuke, yes, fucking go. Madara's on the ground. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill this motherfucker, and he's running to him, and then always somebody fucking stops Sasuke, and they're like, no. And that kind of shows that Sasuke saying, I'm gonna be Hokage. That's the type of Hokage he's going to be. No fucks given. And that's a conflict of interest with the village and the shinobi world at this particular point. Because if he's trying to do things on some militant, I don't give a fuck, epic type of shit like that, like, he's there, I'm going to finish this little fucker off, then that shows that, you know, he's going to be that type of Hokage, and people aren't going to accept that. So definitely there is some sort of conflict in the future regarding Sasuke's ways and the way that people want things to be done. But I just gotta say again, like, I find that to be fucking awesome. That's one of the best things about Sasuke throughout this entire arc, that he's not necessarily a villain at this point, so it was like, okay, you know, he's not a villain, kind of bummer there, but he's still keeping intact something that's very awesome, and I think that makes a great leader at the end of the day. No fucks given. You fucked up. At the end of the day, you gotta die, and he went in for it, and it was only fucking Hagoromo like, hey man, stop, like, get the fuck out of here, let him do his thing. He was gonna do this to Obito back when Obito was on the fucking floor. Now he was gonna try to do it to Madara. It's like, can people stop stopping Sasuke? Like, I'm just saying. But then Madara was on some G shit as well. Even defeated at the end, he's like, oh, if it's sharing cups as comrades, nah. And I was like, yo, like, Madara and Sasuke, the Uchiha of this chapter, really just, I felt like they were boss of this chapter. If anybody was epic or awesome in this chapter, it was them two. Sasuke, like, I'm gonna go fucking kill you, and Madara to the end, he's like, nah, I didn't get my way. Things didn't go how I felt really needed to be done. Fuck you. I was like, I love these guys. I don't know. It's like Sasuke throughout this arc has really made me change my mind in a way of like, yeah, I liked him as a villain and like all that hatred that he had, but now he's still on some militant leader shit. And then Madara to the very end, he's like, I was right all along. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna die saying that shit. Like, oh. Although to see one last conversation with Hashirama kind of wraps that up as well. I mean, the past two chapters, last week's chapter and this week's chapter, have really moved forward in a very nice pace where both of them was doing a lot of things. Like, this one wrapped everything up. It had Obito finally disappear. He's like, I'm gonna go hug Rin now. So you got that out the way. You got all the Gokage, you know, all the previous Kage there, seeing the Sage of Six Paths one last time, all the tailed beasts surrounded by there, and it was just really moving forward and pushing to the, you know, to the end. And we finally got that it's Naruto's birthday. He's 17 years old. Minato gave him a happy birthday. So that's something that's really close to Naruto and something very important to him, because if you've seen Road to Ninja, I recently rewatched Road to Ninja. I actually went to the theaters and seen it in English in the theaters and whatnot. And one of the things that I really got from that is, while, you know, all of this is fine and everything, Naruto's the hero, at the end of the day, one of the problems that Naruto still faces is when he goes home, there's nobody there waiting for him. There's nobody there that's going to say, you know, welcome home, son. So at least to get that happy birthday, while it will never make up for him going to a lonely home, you know, some kid and whatnot, it still overall is something that I felt very important to him. And at the very least, once in his life, he got to hear his father tell him happy birthday. And that definitely added to Naruto kind of, you know, appreciating things more. And overall, it was a great moment at the end when he was like reciprocating to what his mother had said, the very last words. It was just really emotional and very nicely done for Minato's farewell. And it seems as though everybody's gone now for the most part. Really sad stuff, and overall, just the end of the chapter was like, it was sad and heartwarming at the same time. And as a whole, very good chapter for this, what seemingly is one of the final chapters that we got. I mean, it wrapped up a lot of things. It's pushing forward. The only thing we have now, could Hagoromo potentially be a villain, which I'm pretty on the, I don't think it'll happen side. If it does happen, he better have an amazing reason, or if it's actually his brother in disguise, it better be for an amazing reason, something really legitimate and concrete. But I'm just waiting to see. You know, again, it looks like we're at the end, to be honest with you. If he did send all of them away, like, go away, that makes it even more interesting, because we're no longer going to have the Kage, we're no longer going to have a lot of these people, but that is all under assumption. As of right now, Hagoromo is a good guy. He helped everyone one last time, so yeah, don't take too much validity into that. Although it would just be sick if next week's chapter he just like takes all the tail piece and just starts fucking shit up. I mean, like, no downtime, baby. But let me know what you guys think. What do you think about that heartwarming goodbye? Naruto reciprocating the words to Kushina, telling Minato, tell my mom I'm alright. Tell her, you know, everything's gonna be cool. What do you think about Madara's last words? What do you think about Sasuke about to go in? What do you think about this chapter overall? I felt it was a very good one. And again, aside from the Obito shit, which, whatever, you know, he's gone, hopefully for good this time. Ultimately, Very good stuff. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that would be awesome. I'm Neverworld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.